today we'll be starting a new topic called Hindi imperatives. Okay, and by the end of this class, my hope and goal is that all of you are comfortable, playing around with different Hindi imperatives. There's a different level of politeness, right? If you're talking to like a close friend or a children versus you're talking to, your colleague versus you're talking to elders, right? Sometimes you give respect to children also. It doesn't mean that you by default with children you go back to like the least polite mode, right? So don't take it like that. So let's take a verb called to come called ana, right? So how will we change? Like if you simply want to tell a child, come here, you will say idhar aa or just aa. Okay. If you want to tell someone close but not like very close, but like you are not very junior, you will say "ao," right? So you still have. We'll talk about the rules, but you say "ao." Similarly, if you want to be respectful, it changes to "iye." Okay, and very polite would be "aiyega." Okay, so we will do some examples of it, but for the most part, you can just stick with the first three: "a," "ao," and "aiye." Yes, these are the three. Now we learn about how we will derive all these four from ana, right? So that way you can replicate it for almost all the verbs that we have. Okay, let's look into it, and I'll take questions after that from anyone. So how does it work, right? So I spoke about the verb called, let's say another example of the verb called bolna, speak. What you do is you take the base stem of the word. What is the base stem of bolna? Right? Bol. That's the base stem, because you remove the na and you're left with just bol. Okay? In the very first sort of format, when you're talking to someone junior or children or someone very intimate to you, you can simply say bol. Okay? For example, if I'm talking to my friend, if I pick up the phone and like bol, like tell me what's going on. Right? I'm not going to say mujhe bol, right? I mean, I'm going to simply say bol, which implies to him that, yeah, I have to talk to him or tell him. Okay. The second level. So in this case, example, if I'm referring to that person as tu, which is you, in an informal form, it will be tu bol. Okay. Tu bol. Second one, it's, as you know, again, you is known as tum. What you do here, you take the base stem of the word and at the end you put o. And in this case, bol becomes bolo. Together it will be tum bolo. Okay, it's a neutral tone, tum bolo. Okay, for example, if I'm talking to my wife, we give each other like the tum word, this one, and this works out well for us, right? Not extra polite, not extra rude, like tum bolo, okay, or tum karo, okay. So for example, the joke in a little bit of jokingly, right? I mean, for example, if somebody has to do the dishes, tum dishes karo. Right, to do the dishes, I'm just going to use the word karna, right? So dishes karna, right? So tum dishes karo, right? Next one is basically aap, which is more respectful. Again, the verb is bolna, the base stem is bol. In the end, you put iye. It becomes boliye, okay? And together it will be aap boliye. Very good, aap boliye. And it will mean please speak. Okay, and the next one is extra respect. You want to be extra respectful. Okay, you take the base stem, you put iega. It will become aboliega. Okay, kindly speak or would you speak? Please speak. Okay, you will not really see it commonly unless you are in a very ultra like sophisticated conference where people are just extra polite and to the point you're feeling what is going on, like so for all practical purposes, don't worry about this one. We have to focus on these three. Okay. So in summary, you take the base stem of the word bolna, and that becomes bol. In the first politeness level, you just call it bol, tu bol. If you want to be neutral, you take the base stem bol, you put o, it becomes bolo. Tum bolo. Okay. For respectful, you take the base stem bol and you put ea, boliye, aap boliye. And the last one, base stem bol iega, boliega. That means aap boliega. Okay. Now what we'll do, we can practice the same thing. I'm going to keep the screen in front of you. Think about any verb of your choice and you have to practice just saying it fast. Intense practice about how you can say all these different forms of politeness. Okay. Hopefully it is, think about it. I'm going to give you some time so at least, you are prepared. And the verb is, as Anongji mentioned, is kholna. Okay. I'm going to write it down as some of you may not know right away. The verb is kholna. Kh with O, L and Na. Okay, so as you can tell, the base term is khol. Okay, and I'm going to share it again. So what Anongji did was khol, to bottle khol. Okay, tum bottle kholo. Okay, aap kholiye and aap kholiyega. We can increase the complexity of the sentences. Okay, so instead of just like what we are saying, to pad, we can add some nouns to it, like to kitab pad. Okay, to kitab, tum kitab padho. Okay, so you can add nouns. You can even put adjectives to the noun as well. Okay, so I put together a table. I want all of you to silently, intensely practice it. So I'm going to share my screen, and all you have to do, because that way everyone is getting sort of comfortable, right? So on the top, it's going to take you some time. On the top, you will see sort of the pronouns tu, tum, aap, and aap. It also tells you about the 4 different forms. Basically, just say the stem as it is, and then put o, ea, and iega. So for all these verbs, you have to just practice speaking all of these. Okay, this is just like your a way to intensely remember it. And so I want all of you to start from here, bol, bolo, boliye, boliye, and start repeating it. Just say it to yourself loudly, because you are saying it to yourself, you can say it loudly, right? I mean, so start. I'm going to give everyone a couple of minutes to do that. So, all right, so slight shift here. So far, everything that we did, bolna, ana, baithna, khana, likhna, padna, like these are your regular verbs. Okay, things change slightly when it is irregular verb. So in Hindi, typically we are dealing with karna, dena, lena, and pina. Okay, so you have karna, which is to do, dena, it's to give, lena, to take, and pina is to drink. In JDG, when he was bringing it up, karna, it's basically an irregular verb. So the base term for all of this, as you can tell, it's karna is kar, dena is de, lena is le, pina is pi. Things don't change in the informal form. Okay? So things do not change. You will simply say tu kaam kar, tu kitab de, okay, tu mithai le, okay, or cake le, or ice cream le, or tu pani pi. Okay, things do not change. It works exactly same way as your regular verbs. All you have done is just use the base stem of the verb. Okay, same thing, it's, you take the tum, you still have the o at the end, basically. Okay, karo, it changes slightly here. You see that, like dena becomes, you put o into that. So but it's not two separate, two letter, it's simply do. Okay, so it's karo, do, lo, and po. So you see there's a slight shift in these one, irregular one. Okay, because it's, it will bother you because all of a sudden there is a key here. Even though it's EA and EAga, but like you're no longer dealing with the base term of the karna. You're not dealing with just ka, right? So that's the slight change you should, and it's not too many regular verbs, so it's not like you have to memorize a lot of them. So tu khana le, tum khana lo, okay? आप खाना लीजिए और आप खाना लीजिएगा, okay? You can also use the word khana itself, like kha, khao, khao, khaiye and khaiega, okay? But khana is to take food, right? I mean, so that's what she's using it as. So wonderful. Last one is pina. So word is mat, and you said negative. Why did you not say nahi? Because typically nahi or na, they come to you, right? In the imperative sentences, when you're giving instructions, commands or requests, when you want to make a negative sentence, you don't use nahi or na, you use mat. So really these are changing into mat. So same sentences that we did, if you were to practice it in negative, you know, mat ja, mat jao, mat jaiye or mat jaiyega. Okay, let's say you watched a movie and you don't want me to watch that movie. Okay, how will you tell me that instruction? Movie mat dekho. It's appropriate, very good. Right? You want to say, don't watch this movie. Beautiful. Yeah, movie mat dekho. Okay, very good, right? You're overthinking, but it's coming naturally. You can tell, right? Yeah, movie mat dekho, right? Okay, so let's say that you go to a restaurant, okay, and you don't want anyone to eat there, there. Beautiful. Either khana mat khao, right? You can say make up anything like the atmosphere is not good or people are rude or whatnot, right? But naturally coming, right? I want you to think, all of you to think about negative sentence quickly, and in the interest of time, I'm going to ask you to write down in the chat quickly one negative sentence, okay? And I want you to read other people's negative sentence as well. Okay, very good. देर से मत पहुंचो, very good. Okay, यहाँ मत बैठो, very good. सिगरेट मत पियो, very good. आज बाजार मत जाओ, एक काम करो, फिर से मत जाओ. मेरे घर में सिगरेट मत पियो, इधर मत बैठो, इधर मत खाओ क्योंकि चूहा इधर है. ओके, वेरी गुड. गाड़ी चलाते समय मोबाइल मत देखो. ब्यूटीफुल. पाप मत करो. ब्यूटीफुल. Now you're making some complex sentences. Very good, right? So we've done the 4 form of imperatives. Okay. JD's saying, which is a new topic, but JD's saying is, if you want someone to do something in the near future, okay, without defining it, you can just say it in the infinitive form. For example, we did khel, khelo, kheliye, kheliega. Okay, if I want to tell someone to do something in near future, what is the infinitive form here? Khelna. So you can just use this as it is. Even though it means to play, but depending on how you're conveying it, kal khelna. Okay, play tomorrow. It's not to play, it's play tomorrow. It's like do this thing activity. Like aaj guest aa rahe hain, kal khelna. Like the guests are coming, play tomorrow. It's an instruction that I'm giving, but because I'm telling someone to do it in the near future, okay, I'm just giving them this instruction in the infinitive. So even though it's infinitive, it's a request to someone to do this tomorrow. Like kal khana banana, make the food tomorrow. Okay, so that's what he was trying to highlight. Yeah. So these are the 4 things we learned today. खेल, खेलो, खेलिए, and खेलिएगा. Yes, there is one more imperative, which is if you want someone to do something in the near future. Okay,
Okay.
right? So then you just use the infinitive form of the verb. So if I want to tell someone आप कल आना, आप कल आना, that means please come tomorrow. आप कल स्कूल जाना. Okay, I'm requesting someone to go to school in the near future. Okay, in the near future, jana. And you can tell the ending, it's the infinitive form, ending with na. Jana, ana, khana, bolna. Gar kal saaf karna. Because the guests are coming, so gar saaf karna kar. You guys to read this. Beautiful. There are new words here. So mehman is guest. Okay, what is
So,
guest? Bed. Pehenna is to wear. Kapde is, as you know, clothes. It's a jadu is a broomstick. So instead of that, pehle zara vacuum karo. You can simply say vacuum karo, but it's a jadu is like the traditional broom that you use. So jadu lagana is like to clean up, to clean the floor basically. Pehle jara jadu lagao jameen par. Jameen par is on the floor. Jadu lagana is like to clean the floor with the broomstick. So this is mujhko, this is he is the emphasis, like you only give to me only. Mujhe he to me only. Aapko he to you only. Wonderful. So I do encourage all of you to figure out a buddy to help you out. Do this role play activity. It has a lot of imperatives. They may be in a certain form like karo, pehno, so be it. At least you will get comfortable with it.